I've been publishing and marketing my books for more than a dozen years. I've had some successes, and I've been ripped off a few times. In the last 6 months or so, I spent a lot of time just thinking about social media marketing and how I've done it. I've come to a few conclusions that I'll share in this lecture. But warning, my thoughts will be a bit controversial. What do you think is the answer to this question? Actually, it's a trick question because social media can mean so many things to so many different people. In this instance, social media means using it to try to sell books. Now, Facebook encourages authors to start a business account for their book and to use it to promote that book. Other social media sites do things a bit differently. In this slide, I'm referring to those Facebook business accounts and similar sites, not your personal pages. I'm also referring to paid promotions from various sites. The answer to the question is this. Social media marketing does not sell books or any other product. It isn't supposed to sell products. That's not its job. Its job is something entirely different. A useful and necessary job, but not to be confused with selling books. To understand this riddle, we have to examine how social media marketing works. This diagram shows the operation of social media marketing. An ad campaign consists of a paid ad on a promotional site. It can also be a post on a Facebook business account, or a tweet, or a number of other things. What I'm talking about is using social media to promote a product. Whatever the post is, it consists of some words and usually a graphic. It also has a built-in link to the book's landing page. So if you pay for a Facebook ad, let's say, Facebook will show the post on people's pages. That's called an impression. If someone sees the impression and is curious, they will click on the post and the built-in link will open the landing page. This action is called a click-through. The percentage of impressions that result in a click-through is known as the click-through rate, or the CTR. So if your post is shown 1,000 times and you see that you have a CTR of 1%, that means 10 people visited the landing page by clicking on an impression. Does that mean you sold 10 books? Probably not, but you may have sold some books because of this. Now, a 1% CTR sounds rather anemic, doesn't it? Well, world-class organizations have social media experts on staff and spend millions of dollars on marketing and have only a 3 to 4% CTR. So a 1% CTR ain't too shabby. This is a very important concept. Understanding what social media marketing is used for will help prevent wasting money by using it incorrectly. To refine the answer to the initial question, social media does not sell books. Your book's landing page is where the sale will take place. Social media's job is to get visitors to that landing page. This is an outline of what I'll be talking about for the rest of the lecture. The answer refers to my recommendations for social media marketing. Targeting is the marketing concept that means the ad is aimed or targeted at a small number of people who are actually interested in the product. In almost all cases, this is a tiny fraction of the general population. This chart represents what targeting means. Paying for an ad that will be seen by the general population is a waste of money because almost everyone in the general population isn't interested in the product. In order to have an ad produce positive results, it must be aimed or targeted at the genre sliver. But targeting the genre sliver is devilishly hard to do. With these social media platforms, it is almost impossible to get an ad targeted to, say, romance readers or people who like to read mysteries. The last time I used Facebook, I think the closest I could target my book was fiction readers or novels. While this is a bit better than the general population, it isn't significantly better. Perhaps it lowers the potential people who see the ad from 1 billion to half a billion. It's like improving your odds of winning the lottery by buying 2 tickets instead of one. With poor targeting, you can end up with results like this: $100 spent on the ad, $3 in royalties. That's a very poor return on investment. For comparison, a good return on investment is $100 spent on the ad and $125 in royalties. Another social media concept is SEO. Here is a definition you'll find on the web. SEO is the process used to optimize a website's technical configuration, content relevance, and link popularity so its pages can become more easily findable, more relevant, and popular towards users' search queries, and as a consequence, search engines rank them better. If anyone can translate that into English, please do so. Did you know there are college-level courses on SEO? If you prowl the internet, you'll see lots of articles such as 5 tips to increase your SEO ratings. The article will list the tips, it's like a to-do list, but it won't tell you how to implement the tips. The article assumes you are already knowledgeable about SEO. So if you have little or no understanding of SEO, the article is useless because you don't know how to implement the tips. Social media marketing is successfully used by corporations who spend tons of money on it. So why are they successful and authors aren't? These companies have social media marketing experts on staff, and they have SEO experts on staff. These experts ensure the ads are successful. Their jobs depend upon it being successful. Some of us authors may attempt to use SEO in our marketing, but we know little or nothing about SEO, and many of us really aren't sure what social media marketing means. So all our promotional efforts are just a guess and are doomed to failure because we're a bunch of amateurs who don't know what we're doing. If an author wants to learn SEO, she'll have to take college-level courses. Will she do that or write another story? Well, that's an easy question. She'll write another story. So what's the alternative? We have to market the book. Is there an alternative to using social media marketing ads? How can we avoid wasting money on social media? Yes, there is an alternative. Hire an expert and let her run the promotions. That's my answer. This will undoubtedly be expensive, but it might be cheaper in the long run than dropping $50 or $100 at a time on useless promotions on social media sites. And the results with the experts can't be worse than doing it yourself. Of course, hiring an expert comes with risks. This is because some experts aren't really experts. They just talk a great game and use marketing doublespeak to sound authentic. Here's an example. I recently tried the Fiverr site. I'm interested in promoting my new website, Writers and Authors Resource Center. I got a few responses from people who said they'd take on the job. I replied, great. Tell me how you will target my audience, fiction writers and authors. I never heard back from them. My conclusion? Many promoters only want to target the general population and aren't interested in targeting a specific audience. One site that lists a number of promotion companies is bark.com, B-A-R-K.com. You'll have to scroll around a bit to find digital marketing, but it does list a bunch of companies who specialize in social media promotions. So that's my take on social media marketing. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. I'd also love to hear other alternatives to my views.